Hi, welcome to the Thister podcast. I'm Linda, and this is my sister Melissa.
Hi,
Hi, Melissa.
welcome.
Today's podcast episode, I believe, is number 8, and it was inspired by our spring break that we just had last week and the White Lotus season finale. So we're calling it It's Giving White Lotus because we stayed at the Four Seasons and it was very White Lotus up in there. But we
hmm
start every podcast with a little life update, and I'll let my sister go first. Go ahead.
Okay, I
Go,
just got my
sister.
nails done. I want to show off my print. Look how cute.
I
Do
want to
you,
show off that I don't. This is the longest I've gone without a felt. Like, these are recession nails. Look at this.
how many weeks is that?
Like 3. And I'm like religious with like 2-week mark, but I have an appointment tomorrow. So
I get mine every 3 weeks. So I got this print, which I feel like people that have this kind of phobia don't look. What is it called when you have polka dot phobia?
I forgot, but yeah, it's a thing.
Speaking of
Yeah, I don't know
phobias,
how
I
I
want to
feel
talk
about.
about my life update is that my sister is getting a cat. And fun fact, I'm a cat. I have a phobia for cats.
So if you've heard the other episodes, I'm getting a cat. I'm getting a Bengal cat. Her name's Sasha. We're picking her up this weekend in Beverly Hills. Excuse me.
Qué mamona.
Um,
Ya le
but
dije
my
que quiere una en la calle. There's literally a Bengal cat that
I
looks like a
know. Don't
Bengal
make
here.
me. I do feel bad. I know I should adopt and not, but like, ya me conozco. Like, I fell in love with this breed because they look like mini leopards. So I know it's wrong, but oh, ni modo. We all have our vices. But fun fact is, my sister has a cat phobia. Like, she's afraid of cats, and I don't know why it barely hit her this morning
It,
because she's like, send me the cat. I sent her the page of the breeder, and she
and there
hasn't
was
said
one
nothing,
photo.
she hasn't said not one bad negative thing about the cat or like, why are you getting the cat? What the fuck would you do? Like, nada. She's been like, and I've been surprised until this morning.
Then I'm looking through the Instagram and then I see this photo.
That picture is the one that triggered her because of the eyes. So they look like
Eyes in
little
the
leopards.
ears.
It looks like a domestic cat, but like think leopard.
And
And
bigger, like big, like a
no,
leopard.
they're not. They're a little bigger than a domestic, but I'm getting a females, and the females are smaller than the males.
So in summary, I'm like, you're not going to see your sister that much anymore because I can't imagine
I
going to
told
her
her, I
house
was
with
like, you
pinche
don't
gato
know cat.
purring around my legs. Like,
The cat isn't gonna fuck with you. Like if you've had the cat's not gonna want anything to do with you, girl. Like don't worry about it. The
fingers
cat's.
crossed.
I'm pretty sure the cat is not gonna want to fuck with you, so don't worry about it.
Anyhow, back to my life update. Because my sister's getting a cat, she's no longer going to see me anymore. This is going to be our link ups, this podcast.
So
Um,
would you rather go stay at Carlos and Kayla's with their fucking huge ass horse dogs that
oh,
give you
so they have two
allergies?
golden doodles. Are
And
they
they're
golden
supposed to be
doodles?
yeah, they're a golden doodle, which are apparently hypoallergenic, but they give her allergies.
They still give me a little rash, so maybe they're
Knockoff.
not full breed.
Yeah, maybe they're knockoffs.
hmm
Well, also the Bengal cats are hypoallergenic, so you'll be fine. This is a good chance for you to overcome your phobia. It's like therapy. I told her, I was like,
I'm
why
gonna
don't you just
face
book
it,
some
literally.
you need to book some therapy from here until you come. Like can't be afraid of fucking cats. Like
Well, like I told you, I'm worried about Darla. You, Darla, and the cat, because Darla, she's afraid of cats too.
no, she's not afraid of them. She
Se la
hates
va a
them.
tragar.
If I'm being honest, like I'm very type B. Like I don't think things through. Like I kind of just like I go for it. And Darla like a lot of dogs. Like, but she goes in crazy over cats. But I'm thinking because it's a kitten and she's gonna see that's part of the family. Like I'm gonna keep them separated, obviously. But it is a concern. It is a slight concern in the back of my mind that I'll be really pissed if she
Se la
eats
va a
this
tragar.
expensive
Pinche
ass
gato
cat.
más caro que la chingada se la va a tragar. Oh, there goes a couple hundred.
Don't even say that. No, I don't even want to say how much the cat was because I'm not ashamed. I'm not proud of that either.
Comment
But
down
I love
below
her.
what you think how much the cat cost.
Yeah, I guess.
If
I
you
but I
guess
already
the right price,
will send you a.
and a cat too. The same cat.
No. We're gonna have some Thister stickers made, so we'll send you a sticker.
That's what you get.
But my life update, besides it's a cat, what else? Well, I think it's mostly spring break, so let's get into our spring break. So the kids had spring break last week, which is a little late for some areas, but we went to Cabo from Sunday to Sunday. We did a few days in East Cape, aka Barriles, which is this little fishing town, and then we did the other 5 days in Costa Baja, it's called. It's
Costa
outside of
Palmas.
Cabo, Costa Palma. They built a Four Seasons out there in the middle of nowhere, and we booked through Melissa's Travelers Points. Shout out True Mechanical. Whoop, whoop. Because
Yeah, because
everyone,
if you're gonna be paying full price for a room, you rich.
you rich, we're not in that tax bracket, but it was fun.
What
It
is it
was
called?
very fun.
Adult monies? What's the like tendencia right now? Like, oh, you got adult monies.
I haven't
You
heard
haven't
that one.
heard that phrase?
No.
Well, when I posted my picture of my cookie with my espresso martini, they're like, "That's adult monies,"
Mm.
and someone else said it too. So we need to look it up with.
This is my girl lunch. So I can't say I don't love you guys. Right now I'm like like I hurried from work and I have like very little window before I have to have the kids, and this is when I usually have lunch. And my sister's like, it's fine, like we can do it. And I was like, no, I'm gonna skip lunch so that we can record this podcast because we said we were going to post every Wednesday. So I'm gonna do this,
Here we are.
upload it, and have it posted by the end of the day because if I say I'm gonna do something, I do it, right?
Love that
Right,
for you,
right,
sister.
right, right.
You do.
I can eat when I'm rich and sleep when I'm dead, right?
Yes.
Put that on a
Yeah.
shirt. Put that on. I'm gonna. That's gonna be a
Merch
sister
sticker.
little thing.
I was gonna say sticker.
Thickers. We'll call them thickers,
The
and you can
stickers.
collect them. Oh, I'm.
Gotta
See,
catch them all.
let me write this down. Thickers.
Anyhow, so we stayed at, like Linda said, we stayed at the Four Seasons through the points because it does rack up real quick. So what we did is I booked the 2 rooms and then Linda and her family paid for it because it's not an all inclusive.
No, it's by
So
any means not. So we paid for dinners, drinks, anything we did there, which still racked. It still was racks. I
yeah,
had a great stay. I'm a sucker for my guilty pleasure is a luxury hotel. Like I love an experience. I love
I love
the
an
turnout
experience too.
service. I love a chocolate on my bed. I love the expensive toiletries. Like
When
I'm
they
a
tuck you into
when
bed,
they tuck you into bed. Like they were even made us a margarita. Like they left us a welcome margarita thing, and then the lady that did the turnout service actually made it for us before we went to bed the first night. They left the kids like individual toiletries for them, like kids' toothbrushes,
even
kids'
Santi.
robes. They left Santi like baby stuff. Like it was honestly like one of the most luxurious days I've ever had. Would I if I was in that tax bracket, then yeah, I'd probably pay. I think it's worth it if you have it, but for me, it's not realistic to pay full price, and especially not for 5 days. Maybe like my sisters, we were talking about, like I think 2 days, like even though it's a lot,
You
like two
you get
days
the
is
satisfaction.
you get the
You want to know
satisfaction.
something that Elias told me last night?
What?
So I guess so. Like you said, the White Lotus is inspired by the Four Seasons.
They
That I
shot it
guess
at
the Four Seasons in Thailand right now is giving guest passes that you pay $150 to hang out there for the day.
se me hace vara for
Uh huh.
right
I mean
now, like
that's not including any just to like
yeah,
get in,
like
you know.
Disneyland ticket, yeah.
Pero se me hace bara too. I'm like, there's no way. So I don't know where he got that fun fact, but
Yeah,
can
I
someone
don't
that's
know.
going to Thailand fact
Let
check
us
this
know.
for us?
What else about the stay? So I had a great week with my family, and it was great having
What would you rate
Santi.
it? Would you rate it a 10 out of 10?
I have zero complaints about the resorts. I mean the price, but that's not really their problem. But I have zero. The food was good, the service was great, it was beautiful. They were super accommodating. Like I have no negative feedback except for the price of everything. So think so it's not all inclusive, obviously, and like your meals are gonna be like Scottsdale prices. Like a cocktail is like a club Vegas club
500
price.
pesos.
Like a
On
25.
average,
It's like
every
20
cocktail was
for an
500
average.
pesos.
Like a margarita is like $25. And you know
Mhm.
how we eat and drink, like my entire family. And we were already there. We had already done some like what I let the kids
Might as
get
well
what
do
they
the damage.
want. Bring me the bottle. Bring me another bottle. And it's probably why I'm so anxious this week. Like I feel like I need to work like
You
recuperate.
said nobody cares, work harder.
Yeah, no, we didn't say that. We make fun of the boys because they have these t-shirts, which I'm sure came from some bro podcast that says nobody cares, work harder.
We need to come up with like a bro slang for the
We
sisters.
did. It was, what do we say?
We said sister thickers. That's not a
No, no,
slang.
no. We said eat when we're rich, sleep when we're dead.
No, pues no, no vamos a comer, morra.
Yeah,
Eat
when
when
we're
you're rich.
rich, when we're rich. I
We'll be
like it. I'm gonna
starving.
go with it. Um,
Anyhow, let's talk about peaks and pits of the trip.
okay,
Say two peaks.
my peaks were
Let's wait.
was having Santi and him not being a little shit, like actually like letting you breathe, letting us hold him, being entertained, like not just on your
He's getting
boob.
easier. You say
It
that I'm
was
getting used to him.
no, he was a lot better. And it was just nice having him and having a baby and holding a baby on the watching a baby eat and be on the beach and
You
seeing
know
my
what? I
kids.
was very annoyed that you fed him.
Wait,
You
okay. Is
okay,
that
wait,
gonna
let
be
me
one of your
backtrack. So
pits?
peak and pit means for the people that don't know, peak means like your favorite parts of the trip, and then pits mean obviously which like the least. But I guess one of my pits would be my sister literally gave Santi everything in sight. And right now I'm one of those moms that it's like I have to give him the same thing for 3 days just to see how he
No, and the
reacts.
worst part and the worst part is I was one of those moms with both my kids. Well, mostly Elle, but with Papi
Yes, I
too.
remember. You would have if
But
that
it
was me doing that to
But
your kids, bitch,
honestly,
you
it
would have
was
been
like I
pissed.
you can't take that away. It's like the way like the only way he likes me, it's like our bonding. It's like when I feed him, he's like into me. So I fed him
Tell them about the
fucking
pizza crust.
I fed him everything. I fed him okay, so she booked a massage and she left him in our room napping. He was supposed to nap for an hour and a half, which is the amount of her massage, but obviously he fucking wakes up 35 minutes up and he woke up in a good mood, super cute. If you saw, I posted some picture, like perfect baby. But he looked hungry and she didn't leave me
He's an
breast
exclusively
milk.
breastfed baby.
He's exclusively bright. She didn't leave me food, and he looked hungry and he's teething. So there was some pizza from the night before, and I used to give my
Stale
kids
ass.
stand. It was fine. Some pizza crust. There's pizza, and I ate the pizza, and the crust was really hard and stiff. So I'm like, I remember giving my kids pizza crust to teeth, and they would just mostly use it to teeth.
A cuántos meses though?
I don't remember, but whatever. But it was really hard, and he was going so ham on it that I started to get concerned that he was actually going to be able to break a piece off. So se lo quité. I took it away, and this kid, I mean, he's only 6 months, but he already throws temper tantrums like a toddler. Like when I say screaming at me, looking at me like I'm a fucking bitch, kicking and screaming. When I say I put him down, like actually kicking his feet
Un
together and
berrinche.
screaming. I should have un berrinche, temper tantrum. I should have recorded it because I've never witnessed such a small baby throw such the perfect, like when you picture it in the movies or when you see the little kids at the stores like that
Que
over
se
the
aventan
pizza
al piso.
crust. And the worst part is when I took it away from him, I ate it. So I couldn't even give it back to him. So after that, there was no coming
Pinche
back from that.
gordo.
That tantrum, like there was no coming back. I couldn't put a video on. I couldn't walk on. Like he was just fucking mad. And then he got
Is
to a
that
point where he
childhood
got,
trauma or
I,
drama for my son?
that's definitely drama. And then it got to a point where he wasn't mad. He was sad because I think he'd cried so long and like he didn't get what he wanted. And then she texts that it's over. And I'm like, yeah, come get your son.
I
Run.
literally, as soon as I opened my eyes, like I just texted Linda, like I'm done, and like I was gonna take my time because if there's saunas, like I was hoping he was still asleep. Come get your son. He's not okay, and I'm like,
And the
fuck
only
me.
reason I cared is because we had a connecting room and it wasn't with them. And I know somebody was in that other room because I heard them making some weird ass sounds the night before. So I was like, fuck, I don't want them to hear this baby crying and think I'm like abusing this child. And they're paying all this money to stay at the Four Seasons to hear a crying baby. But her massage was over. But he did cry like a good 35 minutes without stop, screamed. I should say screamed and then cried actual tears like maybe 5 minutes.
Oh, my baby.
You're the problem.
Okay. Honestly, I think Santi was like one of the only little babies there, huh? There wasn't any babies. It was very kid friendly,
Yeah,
very,
it's
very kid
family
friendly, but
friendly,
like
kid.
baby,
Well, I think because people don't usually travel with like babies like that.
no se la avientan, huh?
No. And then what else was that was
Another
my
peak.
peak. That was my peak and my pit. Like I'll That was
all
it was just a
together.
good trip overall. Also my husband got his boat out there and he got a new boat and it was one of his dream boats. So it was nice seeing him like accomplish one of his
Accomplishing a
dreams.
goal.
Um, and my biggest pit, which I won't tell you guys the entire story only because I want to respect Elle's privacy. But if you followed us for a long time, you know that they're not, when I say my family, I mean the rest of them, not me. They're super competitive. When we play board games, somebody always cries. So Ever booked tennis to play tennis with Elle because Elle's been taking tennis lessons for about 2 years now. And he was
Seemed like a
like,
great idea.
I knew somebody was gonna be mad. I just didn't think somebody was literally gonna cry. And so they were going back and forth like I'm gonna beat you, or whatever. So they play the game and Ever beats Elle. Like he like no mercy. Like he beat her.
Is bien cabrón. He's not one of those cool dads like, oh, I'm gonna go easy on her. Like, no, he's one of those that fucking he'll slam dunk. Like he goes for kill.
But he was against the sun, so I don't think he saw her face and how upset she was getting. So he just kept
She was
fucking going
already
and going and going. And it was like like he just murdered her. And I think she got frustrated. And also there was two things, that and the
everything was
wind.
out.
It was windy. It was windy as hell. So it was a recipe for disaster. So she was very upset. And then he didn't realize it. That was what we all did, but he didn't realize it. And I think that's why she was more pissed. And when it was over, he was like in shock that she was upset. So that kind of
Why are
threw
you
the mood
crying
off
out?
for a couple hours. It was the energy was a little awkward, but I already knew that was gonna happen. I just didn't think it was
My
gonna
favorite
happen.
part though was when Puppy. When
Oh
Puppy,
yeah.
what did Puppy say?
And Papi like defends Elle like she's a bitch then, but he's like all about her. And then when he saw she was upset, he told Ever straight out, "You're a horrible dad." And this is like all within seconds of this. This all happened like not even a minute, and I'm just like, oh my god, this isn't happening. So it was all bad. Ever felt awful. Then his son telling him that, and then seeing his daughter upset, which is really hard on him. He felt like an asshole. And Elle's not like an emotional kid, so yeah, it was. But that's all I'm gonna say because I'm gonna respect your privacy. Okay, you
Uh,
go with yours.
so my peaks were spending a full week with my family, and like especially like when we're in the pool, I just love that I was in the pool with my son for the first time. That was the first time he's got in the pool. He loved it. He's such a water baby, and then being in the pool with Ellen, Puppy too, and my baby, like it felt so nice. Like just like this is what dreams are made of, straight up. That was one of my peaks, and then my son doing so great on the flight. I was super worried about flying with the baby, but he did well. He passed. He'll go on another trip again. Um, Pitt, I would say, well, definitely the fallout there, and I have two other ones. When we went to Delfin, it was the last day.
So Delphine's a beach
Delfin is a
club.
beach club. Uh huh.
It's brand
And it was
new,
the windiest
beautiful.
day.
Well, first describe like it's beautiful. It gives a visa. The food was really good. The drinks are really good, but
2 day, and it was 2 day. It was barely open. Like it opened 2 days before. Like estamos inaugurando el lugar. Hermoso. However, it was the windiest day of the vacation. And when I say windy, I'm talking about like hurricane status. Like it was like not a little breeze. Like it was uncomfortable where like the sand te picaba.
well,
Like
when we got
no.
there, it was windy,
Chaos.
like when we got there, I mean, it was windy, like tolerable windy, like it was all right. But as we sat down and as the food and the drinks came, it kept getting windier and windier and windier till it was like, well, it was so windy that to get to the beach club, you have to take a water taxi. And halfway through our meal, they came to tell us that the water taxis couldn't be in the water because of the wind, and then they were gonna have to send a car for us to get us back to the resort. That's how windy it was. Awful.
And it
And
took
then the
forever
worst
to get
part
a
is,
car.
yeah,
So we
the
were out there.
yeah, we were out there. The food was good and the drinks were good, and for me that was the worst part because I couldn't even enjoy myself. It was cold, windy, there was dirt everywhere, like sand
Mhm.
everywhere.
So that was my pit. Obviously the tennis, and then my last one would be Maya Rudolph. So when we
Oh, yeah.
first get to the hotel, I noticed right away because right away, Yola Linda, we need a drink. So we go straight to the bar when we check in. And as we're walking to the bar, you have to go through the pool to get to the bar. And I recognize her, but I don't know her name. Um, and I told Elle and Linda because Elle's a big fan of SNL. I'm like, I'm pretty sure the girl that plays Kamala Harris is here. And then she's like, Maya Rudolph. And I was like, I don't know her name. And then she
Yeah,
Googled her and I'm
Elle's a
like, yeah.
huge SNL fan. Like that's like her favorite show. So she knew
And so
exactly who it was.
yeah, and she's like, "You gotta take me," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take you." And then she's like, "But in a little bit," like she started getting all nervous. And then we bumped into her later that day, and they're like, "Oh my god, it is her." So that was day one. And then day two, like we bumped into her a few times, but like it wasn't like the time or place to like kind of like go intervene and say hello. But on one of those occasions, yeah, I was near me and stuff. We're at the front desk, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's right there. Okay, it's her time." And I approach her and I was like, and she's with her daughter. And I was like, "Hi, Maya." I was like, "I'm Melissa and this is my niece, Elle. She's a big fan of SNL." And then she just says, "Hi." But I can tell that like,
Like
she
standoffish,
knew that I had recognized her from the day before, that I think she's like, this girl's like been
stalking me.
following me. I don't know. But the hotel's only so big and there's only so
Yeah.
many people staying there porque it's expensive, you know?
Yeah, and it's
Um,
not a big hotel, and you end up seeing everybody that's staying there, and you'll see them again at breakfast. You'll see them by the pool. Like, it was very White Lotus, like where you
intimate.
got to. It was very intimate.
So basically, I just told her, I'm like, "Hi, this is my niece, Elle, and she's a big fan of SNL." And she's just like, "Hi." And then I was like, "Is it okay if she takes a picture? I totally understand if not." And then she's like, "I'm with my daughter. I don't like to take pictures when she's here." And I said, "I totally understand. Enjoy your vacation." But I told Linda she wasn't rude, pero también she was like, let's get this out of the way, you know? Like, yeah,
Yeah,
like, déjame en paz.
like yeah.
Um,
But like I told Melissa,
so
like
I just felt bad because I was all excited, but at least she got to say hi, you know, and see her very up close and personal. But I wasn't so happy with the turnout, but I get it. They're on vacation, y pues ni pedo. And
yeah, like,
I
and I
just think it's
explained
so
to
funny
Elle,
because
I
the
was like,
entire week we kept running into her
I know
like
we kept
nonstop. And
running
I'm like,
into
this
her.
bitch is going to think we're following her.
And I had to explain to Elle because I know she was bummed. Like I know secretly she didn't say it, but I know my kid and I know she was bummed because she would have really wanted like a picture. But I was like, she's an entertainer. Just because she's an entertainer doesn't mean that we have access to her. She's on vacation. She's with her family. She's not working. Like it's fine. It doesn't mean that she's not a nice person. It doesn't mean like you don't still have to be a fan. But I know
I know, but at
secretly,
the same time, like I told Linda, I'm like, I understand, and there's a time and place to have these kind of requests, but it's like, unfortunately, like the fame comes with the price tag, and it's like because of people like Elle, like you're famous, you know what I mean? So it's like, ¿qué te cuesta tomarte una fotito de volada? Pero ya, ya pasó. Um, yeah, ya
and then
pasó.
the
That's all
worst
I have
part
to
is that
say.
we saw her todo el día, todos los días, really close up. Like we would be at drinking or eating, and she was like right there, and it was like, like I
I
don't
would
want
put
her
my
to.
phone away because I didn't want her to think like this bitch is like gonna be taking pictures of me
Yeah,
discreetly. Like,
I did too.
no,
I did. I put my phone away.
I was uncomfortable.
I made zero eye contact because, and so did Elle. I don't think Elle
You know
like
what? I
looked
should
at
have told her, like, you don't want a picture with Elle? Like, baby Elle style? The baby Elle style? You
But
don't know
anyway,
who you're taking Elle
that
to.
that definitely probably was one of my pits because I just know how happy it would have made Al. But when we posted the story like on my Instagram, I got several people that told me that they ran into her in Vegas, at Disneyland, in New York, and that
And
she's
bad
been rude.
experiences.
And somebody literally said, we call her Maya Rude off. So I'm like, I don't think she was rude. Well, I wasn't there, but the way Melissa described it, she didn't sound rude, but I guess she's got fama to be a
No, like
little
like I said, she wasn't rude, but I can tell that she was like, I don't want this right now,
like
you know?
standoff. Well, see,
I'll have stand off. Like,
and I think that's totally valid. Um, but anyways, let's get into because I do have to pick up these kids. The other part of this podcast episode was the White Lotus just had their finale for season 3. So if you haven't seen it, spoilers ahead, so you can stop listening to it right now and come back to it. But we want to talk about it because it reminded us of our stay at the Four Seasons in Cabo. And I have to be honest, the only season I've watched is this season 3, and I loved it. I tried to watch season 1 when everybody was into it, my sister, and I just couldn't get into it. Season 2, I haven't
and
seen.
I
I didn't
told
even try to
Linda,
watch. But now I'm going to go back. But I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to watch 2 and 1 because
que Contreras. Que Contreras eres. And
that's just
honestly,
how
I
I
told
am.
Linda, I was like, this was a really good season, but this wasn't my favorite. I would
No,
probably
I
say
don't.
2 and then 1 and then 3.
I think the general consensus is everybody loved 2. I think three's everybody's least favorite, but I loved it. I don't know
I
why I
loved
was
it.
able
I
to
loved
watch.
it.
I don't know why I was able to watch it this time, or maybe I was just in like a place where I need something to watch, but I loved it. And how we're just going to talk about the finale, not the whole season, because we should have been doing next season. We'll do updates like after each episode. But I liked the finale. I knew Chelsea was going to die, but I
I
do. My
didn't.
strongest takeaway from the whole finale for me is that I'm just so irritated that everybody's romanticizing their relationship, Chelsea and Rick's relationship. And I think it was so toxic. I loved Rick's character and I loved Chelsea's character, but she was just dumb. Like you can't
She was
blindly
treated like
love
horse shit.
he treated her like shit and she was blindly following him. He was not nice to her. Yeah, they had these tender moments where they kissed or they made love, but like he wasn't nice to her at all. It didn't even seem like he loved her. Even at the last moment, he could have told her, I love you, like when she's fucking died, and he still didn't say it. So
Well,
I'm
he
just
did
like,
say like we're gonna die together, like you
but
said, like our
that's
destiny.
not love. I just wish that people would stop like romanticizing their love because I'm like that is such a bad example of love. Like I love the characters, the writing was brilliant, but I'm just like I just need people to quit saying like goals or love or where I'm like that's not healthy at all. Like it was so one-sided. It was just her and not him. He was so selfish and consumed by like his hatred and his like revenge and
Well,
he
his
just
inner child was super hurt.
I know,
That's why he was
but
seeking
that
so much
moment at the
revenge.
very end when she's like, "Can you not focus on what you're missing? Can you focus on what you have right in front of you?" And like
But
still
he was seeking help because even at the end he went to go look for his girl. Remember, he's like, I need my girl, my
the
therapist. Like
therapist.
he was gonna seek help, pero pues she had the massage with el hijo de la masseuse, so she no lo podía atender. But like he was crying for help at the end.
He was, but he saw it, but like in 2 seconds when he saw it, it was over. But it was I saw that coming. I just thought that
I
I knew
didn't
she was gonna die, but I didn't think he was gonna die. I thought he was gonna have to go to jail and
and live with the
be like
consequences.
miserable and live without her for the rest of his life. Speaking of that, Loki, was that his name? The young
Hmm.
kid that
Hmm.
died. I didn't see that one coming, but I feel like I know it's super mean and I loved him. He was sweet and he didn't deserve to die, but I feel like he needed to die
I
because
disagree.
I feel like that family needed that would have been the consequence of like he was like the one that was always seeking validation and the one that was like the
The
nicest one
family
of them. And
pleaser.
I think they needed to go home grieving over his loss. Like that would have been made it not fair, but I don't know what the word is, but like I feel like that would have been a better ending, but I think it would have been too strong. Like people would have just been upset.
What's that line at the end? The coconut milk's off.
The coconut milk's off.
I want you to go to your corridos y cafecito and say that at the line. Can I get like I don't know, like a
A
coconut latte, but
coconut
make sure the
latte.
coconut milk is not off.
Um
CLC.
Also the blender thing. Do you guys not wash your blenders? Is that like a normal like that was gross. Even when
On
he like
vacation, I think maybe on vacation, te vale madre.
I would
But I mean, I
still
wouldn't use that
rinse
blender.
it. I would
I
still
wouldn't use that blender. But he's such a boy. He's a teen.
yeah, it's true. I guess because of his age, but that was pretty gross. I'm like,
Mhm.
but yeah, I thought I actually think Mike White probably did kill him. And at the end, he's like, no, the audience is going to be like too upset.
Upset.
Bring him back. He was a sweet
So
character.
I, the whole time that I watched it, I was like, I know someone always dies, but I was like, this season, I feel like he's gonna like throw a little curveball. Either they all die or nobody dies. That's what I thought was gonna happen. But I thought,
The bad thing about me watching this is that I saw a lot of conspiracies on TikTok. So I think I was a little bit disappointed because I was waiting for the stories to be a little more intricate. But I think I
which one
won't
was
do
it?
that.
Which one was one that you
Like
that stood out
Rick,
to you?
like a lot of people were saying that Rick's mom was actually the Thai woman, the famous one that the dad had stayed and had like surgery to be like trans. But then I kind of figured that was going to be his dad, the actual male. I was like, it has to be either the mom or the one of them is the dad, like for sure. But that was one of them. There was just a lot like on TikTok, like people get
Some,
real elaborate with
something
the
that made me really
conspiracies.
sad about Rick, but it's not a conspiracy or anything. It's like a true thing that
Oh
happened to
yeah.
him, I guess, when he was younger, when he was 35, that his wife passed away, and that in order for him to cope with his loss, that he went to Thailand to find some inner peace and stuff, and that he said when he pulled up to film the White Lotus, he arrived to the same dock that he arrived to when he showed up for his therapeutic adventure, and then he's just like, it's crazy because I played a role that I lived, and that made me
Mm,
just
that
sad.
is crazy. Well, he's like right now like the heartthrob. Like people are obsessed with him. Do
Do
you
you
think
think
he's
he's
cute?
attractive?
There's something about him for sure.
Uh-huh. It's like, ew, no, like,
Because like he has a
no, but
receding
there's
hairline, he has an
something.
awful bridge, but there's just something that I think it's because he's charming. Like he's just charming and he's got like that swag like you can't like hide. But
Mm-hmm.
cute, no está.
Mm-hmm.
The
Can we
other
talk
thing,
about
yes, teeth.
Chelsea's teeth?
Yes, I've gotten this one a lot and I keep seeing it. Chelsea's adorable. Don't get me wrong. Her smile's adorable. Her teeth are adorable. Like, no, there's a perfect smile doesn't adequate, like, straight teeth don't adequate a perfect smile or a healthy smile. But her smile, her bite is so bad that she doesn't, it's not veneers. People are always like, it's because she doesn't have veneers. No, she needs like orthodontics. And the thing is, when your bite is off like that, it creates headaches, neck aches, back aches, and living years and years of that, it affects your entire body. So I would say not to glamorize those teeth only because I know the severity of the damage it causes
Let
over
me
a
know when you get a
lifetime.
patient that comes up with her photo and be like, I want my teeth like this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that people are going more for like a natural look and people don't want like super white, straight, like
Chiclets.
chick. Yeah, I'm glad that it's because we don't even like that in the industry. But a bite is so important. It's not just about the way the teeth, and her bite is really, really messed up. So I hope that nobody comes in and is like, can you give me these teeth? Because one, we can't unless we put you on braces to do the exact opposite of what braces are supposed to achieve. But yeah, but she's adorable. Like I think she's cute. Like I think her smile's cute. I just know functionally like how off it is, but she is cute. And I think everybody fell in love with her character too and her. Like she's really
Yeah.
cute in interviews and stuff. She has
Uh-huh.
oh, fun fact, she has a sister that looks a lot like her, has the same teeth, so that's obviously genetic and she's a makeup artist.
Really?
Uh-huh. I
How
forgot what her
fun.
Instagram is. I'll send it to you when I find it. But she'd se parecen, like they could be twins
Copy paste.
almost. Like they have the same teeth, and she's a makeup artist. And her thing is, she does her makeup like in the car or in the train or whatever with her camera thing. So she's just like doing it. So I thought
Send
that
it.
was pretty interesting. I'll send it to you. And the reason I
Uh,
found out because she popped up on my thing, and I thought it was the actress.
her.
And then I was like, oh, it's her sister because they look a lot alike and
Uh-huh.
the teeth are identical. So that's definitely genetic.
What do you think about the three girls that went on vacation together?
I really liked that. I don't, not that I liked them, but I thought that was very clever because there's so many girl like friendships like that.
Girls
I
trip.
thought I thought I was gonna hate the one with the bob, the Republican with the bob. What was her name? We're bad with
Yeah, I'm
names.
really bad with names.
I thought I was gonna hate her, but I didn't hate her. I think my least favorite of the three was the actress because I think she was the most like superficial, screwed one. And then the other one, well, I don't, the business lawyer one was fine. I did like her honesty at the end. I thought that was really
The monologue.
refreshing.
So
Yeah,
good.
that monologue was fire. No, but my favorite monologue was the other monologue with Rick's
I
friend in
know.
Thailand. I thought that was
No.
the whole time I'm listening to it, I'm like, who could write this and say it?
And
And
not break a, like, don't flinch.
but it was just the fact that that crossed somebody's mind, like to be able to write that. It was great. That was
You
my
gotta be
favorite
sick in the
monologue.
mind.
And my second favorite was hers when she was saying, "I just want to see it at the table." Just that it was her honesty was like
It's
very refreshing.
reality. It's
Yeah,
reality.
but
Same.
yeah, I liked them. Who else?
What
What
about
other
the
characters?
family?
The Ratcliffe family. Well,
Piper,
obviously
no.
everybody loves. What's her name? What was her name?
I'm bad with
We're so
names,
bad
dude.
with names. Oh my god! But you guys know the Piper. Even Buffy was saying that on
Buddhism.
vacation.
You want to go to
Buddhism.
Taiwan?
Yeah, she killed that role. Like she was so funny. Like she was perfect. I loved
What
her
about the
role.
kids? What did you think about the kid? Fun fact: did you guys? I didn't know that the jerky guy is Patrick Schwarzenegger. It's Arnold
Saxon is
Schwarzenegger's son.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's son. Yeah, I told her. Well, he played a good role. It was very believable. Piper was your typical like trying to find herself,
Privilege.
but she's too privileged to realize it. She's trying to run
I know
away
a
from
few of
her.
those
Oh, I know a
that
few of
want
those
to act
too.
that
Yeah,
want to act like they can live una vida muy
I
humilde.
saw that one coming though for sure. Like I feel like that whole season, I was like, she is not gonna stay. She is not gonna
I
stay.
thought she was gonna stay, and then I thought she was upset that her brother Loki wanted to stay because she's like, this was supposed to be my thing, but no, it's because she didn't want to stay anymore.
That's what I thought at first too, but it was actually because she didn't want it. She couldn't go through with it and he was going to go through with it. But I
Yeah,
think the only thing that I would really complain about the finale is that I needed to see more of what happened to the Ratcliffe family when they got back. Like I needed to know if they went to prison. Like I needed a little more because I felt like it was just they didn't deserve like how chill everything was at the end. They're just on the boat. And I'm sure
that's and then what
nothing
makes
was
me sad is that I'm pretty sure that the next season's not going to be a spin-off because it's not. It's going to be whole different characters.
I
It's
hope they
never
do one
really.
in Mexico.
Oh, that'd be sick.
I
Would
really
we
hope
would we
they
be in it if there was a Mexico White Lotus?
I would take
Would
some
they
acting
cast us?
classes and be in it.
Who would die?
I would
Tú o
die.
yo?
I would probably die. You would
I'd
survive,
live.
but then you wouldn't be able to live without me. So
I know.
you would die
Meow,
after me.
meow,
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 meow, meow,
meow,
meow,
meow, meow,
meow,
meow.
meow. And they would play that
Wait,
song
I'm
when
gonna message. What's his name? Mike,
Mike
the
White.
director.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Mike
gonna
White,
message
I
him.
think.
Hey, my sister and I came up with a wonderful idea. White Lotus,
But you need
Mexico.
to play the meow meow song while I'm dying.
I'm down.
Yeah, I really think they should do one in Mexico. I think that would be badass. At the
Yes.
Four
At
Seasons
the
that we stayed at.
Maya Rudolph would die too. Just kidding. Cut that part. Cut that part.
Maya, I still like you.
We still
My
like you
family
and
might
little
not,
Bill.
but we need to start
Yeah,
wrapping it up because I
you
gotta
gotta go
pick
pick
up
up the
these
babies.
kids. Anything else about the White Lotus? I'm gonna go back and watch season 2 and season 1, and then when season 4 comes out, we'll do a recap after each episode.
Sounds goody. Bueno,
Okay.
pues it was nice talking to you. Go pick up your children. I love you.
Bye, bitch.
Bye.